Today we will talk about New Zealand. New Zealand is a picturesque island nation in the South Pacific Ocean, located more than 1,000 miles southeast of Australia, its closest neighbor. The country consists of two major islands, the North Island and the South Island, as well as numerous smaller islands. A geography and population of New Zealand. The two main urban centers are located on the North Island, the nation's capital, Wellington, and the largest metropolis, Auckland, which, with a population of about 5 million people. New Zealand is a relatively small yet culturally diverse nation. Language and cultural foundation. New Zealand has three official languages: English, the main language for daily life and governance, Te Reo Maori, and New Zealand Sign Language. The culture of the Maori, the endangered people who arrived on the islands around 1300 CE, is an integral part of the nation identity, and their language holds an important place in the education system. The national symbol. New Zealand is widely known globally for the kiwi bird, which is not only one of the most recognizable national symbols, but also gave its name to New Zealanders themselves. They are often referred to as kiwis.
New Zealand in the English-speaking world. Even though New Zealand is far away from other countries, it has been active in world events since the early 1900s. It is an important member of the United Nations and fought in both World War I and World War II. In the past, New Zealand's economy depended mostly on selling farm products like meat and wool to Great Britain. However, when Britain joined the European community in the 1970s, New Zealand had to find new trading partners. Today, the country has a mix of different industries. Trade, it sells products to many different countries. Industry, it has a larger and more varied industrial sector. Tourism, this is very important part of the economy, but it can be affected by global financial problems. New Zealand has two main groups of people, the indigenous Maori and the descendants of British settlers. Since the 1970s, these two groups have become closer. However, there there are still some differences in their levels of education and wealth. Uh, in recent years, many immigrants have arrived from Asia, Africa, and Eastern Europe. This has changed New Zealand's culture, making it a mix of many different influences. Today, um, rights for minorities and ethnic issues are still very important topics in New Zealand politics. New Zealand is mainly an English-speaking country. However, it actually has three official languages: English, Maori, and New Zealand Sign Language. Most Maori people speak in English fluently, and about 20 5% of them also speak the Maori language, which is called Te Reo Maori. Today, many schools across the country teach this traditional language to students. Because New Zealand is home to people from many different cultures. You can also hear other languages. The most common ones of the English and Maori are um, Samoan and Hindi and Mandarin Chinese. Importance in the world. New Zealand is a New Zealand is very important in the English-speaking world for several reasons. Movies. Everyone knows The Lord of the Rings. New Zealand is a world leader in cinema and visual effects. Education. Many students travel there to study English because the education system is very high quality and the environment is safe. And social progress. New Zealand is often a leader in human rights and nature protection. For example, it was the first country to give women the right to vote.
What is New Zealand famous for? New Zealand is famous for its amazing nature. It has mountains, beaches, fjords, volcanoes and glaciers, all in one country. Many people say it is one of the most beautiful places in the world. The country is also known for adventure sports. New Zealand is the birthplace of bungee jumping, and tourists often come here for hiking, skydiving, and other extreme activities. Another important part of New Zealand is Maori culture. Maori traditions and language are still an important part of modern life. New Zealand is also famous for the Lord of the Rings movies, which were filmed in real locations across the country. New Zealand is famous for having more sheep than people. Sheep farming is an important part of the country's history and economy. And finally, New Zealand is known for its clean environment and peaceful lifestyle, which makes it attractive for both tourists and people who want to live there.
So, relations between New Zealand and Ukraine started not very long ago. New Zealand recognized Ukraine as an independent country in 1991, and in the next year, the two countries officially became partners after Ukraine pronounced its independence. And since the time, New Zealand and Ukraine begin to communicate, but mainly through international organizations like the United Nations. But as they were far from each other, their communication were quite limited. In recent years, relations between Ukraine and New Zealand have become more active, especially after 2022. And since 2022, New Zealand has supported Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. After Russia's aggression, New Zealand government introduced powerful sanctions for Russia and also provided humanitarian and financial help, including support for the mining in Ukraine. Also, this is very important that New Zealand's military specialists are help train Ukrainian soldiers in the UK, sharing their experience. Thank you for your attention.